Shalom everybody, this week's Parsha is Parasha VaYera. Very meaningful Parsha. To summarize it, the episode of Lot, Sodom VaAmora, and at the end of the Parsha, the Torah talks about the sacrificing of Isaac, Yitzchak Avinu, Akedat Yitzchak by Abraham, the most difficult and the climax of the 10 tests that God had given to Abraham. But please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Our goal is to get 100 subscribers. Just click the subscribe button. Our channel is The Light, Ma'or HaTorah. And today's topic is it ever okay to lie for the sake of a circumstance according to the moral and ethical standards set forth by the Torah? Is there any scenario that it's okay to say a white lie for a certain sake of a certain fact? And the answer is yes. We learn it from this week's Parsha, that in certain circumstances it's okay to change the facts. This week's Parsha, 3 angels disguised and camouflaged as Arabs come give Sarah amazing news that at the age of 89 she's going to have children. In utter disbelief, Sarah starts to laugh and say, how is this possible? My husband is so old. Right after this, God comes to Abraham, and chastises him, reprimands him. He says, why did Sarah not trust me and believe that such a phenomenon is possible, that she could have children? Miracles are always possible from God. And also, God changes the fact and tells Abraham, why did Sarah say that she is old? Well, if we read the Torah, when Sarah initially laughs at this whole possibility of her having children, she says, and my husband is old. She doesn't say that she's old. So why did God change the facts when he comes to Abraham? So from here we learn a very, very important lesson, that the Talmud in Tractate Bava Metzia, page 87a, says that for the sake of Shalom, peace between man and woman, husband and wife, harmony between husband and wife, it's okay to alter the facts a little bit. So we see the first lesson we learn from this week's Parsha, because some people were asking me to talk a little bit more about family issues, is that the greatest blessing God could bestow in any house is, of course, health and peace. And we wish that upon all the houses of Israel, all the families. So, for the sake of Shalom Bayit, peace, that a husband and wife should be on good terms with each other, it is okay to, not to say outright unethical lie that causes, but to change the facts a little bit like God did here. That is okay, A-okay, for the sake of peace. For the sake of peace, it is okay to say a white lie, an innocent lie. That is not, that your motive is totally and absolutely to create peace. But Rav Chaim Shmulevitz asked a very beautiful question, and that is that, why did God really have to change the facts here? Abraham was 99 years old at this time. And why would Abraham really get offended if God had told Abraham, you know, your wife said that you are an old man? Okay, I mean, it's the truth. Abraham was this was towards the end of Abraham's life. So from here we learn maybe even an equally as meaningful lesson. And that is that a husband and wife, since they're really so close, they're two halves of a whole, are super, super sensitive to the comments that are made towards each other. Maybe if you would have told your friend that's 100 years old he's old, he wouldn't be offended. But a husband in the eyes of his wife, he always wants his wife to respect and revere him and cherish him as a young and youthful and resourceful and productive human being. So the second lesson in this week's Parsha is that, and my brother is getting married, so this is there's no limit to how much we have to work on our character, refine our characteristics to be better spouses and better human beings. The second lesson that we learn is that any comment that we make towards our spouse has to be very scrutinized, because God is teaching us. God said a lie, an innocent lie towards Abraham, to teach us that yes, even at the age of 99, God knew that Abraham would be offended if Sarah referred to him as an old man. So let us be super sensitive and avoid any critical comments about our spouses, because believe it or not, it could cause harm to a relationship, ill feeling, and we know it should be avoided. The greatest blessing that God can bestow upon us is peace. And may God really, in this critical time in Israel, God Oseh Shalom bimrumav hu barachamav yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael bimru amen. May God create that ultimate blessing of peace in all our families, because where there's peace, there's productive and wholesome children. Where there's peace, there's all the blessings. And may there be peace in our land. Amen. Amen.